Good afternoon everyone, welcome to Unacademy. Today we are going to discuss about machinery of planning, that is paper 2. It is in paper 2. So whenever you read machinery of planning, please read with it public policy of paper 1. So when you simultaneously read both this unit, it will be more helpful for you. And in this, what we are going to discuss, one is about your syllabus is giving planning commission, but actually the question come on NITI Aayog. NITI Aayog the question come, but syllabus was giving planning commission. So how we write a answer on NITI Aayog, I am going to teach you that. And planning commission composition, function, role. After that, about National Development Council NDC. So it comes as a 60 mark question. NITI Aayog NDC is a 20 mark question. And planning process, this is very important, and the planning process related to it comes as a 60 mark question. That idea of decentralized planning, decentralized, participative, integrative, and indicative planning. So you have you've seen the concept indicative planning in UPSC syllabus. It was not in OPSC syllabus, but still, if you write about one or two word about indicative planning in the answer of NITI Aayog or the answer of planning process, your answer will be more value rich. So this is about NITI Aayog, NDC, and planning process. And these are the previous year question. NITI Aayog, National Institute for Transforming India, NITI Aayog, is an appropriate mechanism to uphold India's federal spirit. Elaborate. Federal spirit. So federalism. So you need to understand what is federalism and how NITI Aayog promote the concept of federalism. You need to write on that aspect. If you only write a question on Indian polity line that this is NITI Aayog, PM is the chief, do this, no, that will not be the best answer. But you need to write what is federalism. India is based on federal aspect, and how NITI Aayog promote this concept. This is 20 marks. So just you need to segregate or differentiate between Indian polity answer and pocket answer. Otherwise, this is the main reason people get less score in public administration, because they write everything. So when you look NITI Aayog, just write NITI Aayog. But the question is not asking what is NITI Aayog or composition of NITI Aayog, but it asks about federal spirit. Critically evaluate the process towards the growth and consolidation of National Institution for Transforming India, 60 mark. So growth and consolidation of NITI Aayog. So you need to write about NITI Aayog, pre-NITI Aayog, and during NITI Aayog. So how we discuss how you write this question, we will discuss. The planning in India has failed to alleviate poverty. So again, it was in 2011. So you need to write down why planning failed to alleviate poverty. We will discuss that. And one thing, GS. In GS paper 2, last year there are two questions. How are the principles followed by NITI Aayog different from those followed by erstwhile Planning Commission of India? So how NITI Aayog is different from Planning Commission? On what aspect? You need to write the character, and only public administration students write this answer in a very good manner. Explain the composition and role of NITI Aayog in India's socio-economic chain. So it is Indian polity answer, but this is towards public administration. So we are going to discuss the syllabus previous year question and how NITI Aayog and Planning Commission are different. So before that, just give you some information. This is information for your concern, that CPSC mains GS mock test by Purushottam Mishra sir. It was held recently, so it will helpful for your mains preparation, and there is Delhi T20 GS test series for your prelim, and by Vibhuti Sir, Delhi current affair. So if you read or consolidate your current affair on a daily basis, you don't find any problem during your exam. And if you think you can read before the exam, it will be difficult. So Unacademy provide you a lot of things that no coaching can provide. And there are 4 batch. One announcement, there are 4 batch for this is prelim plus main batch. This is the first batch, prelim plus mains in Unacademy. After that, it is a batch 2. Got my point? It is a batch 2 for prelim cum mains. This is the batch 3 after huge demand, batch 1, batch 2, batch 3, and now we have a batch 4. So you have different teacher teaching the same, means in Unacademy, Indian polity taught by 5 teacher, history by 5 teacher. So the teacher you feel good, you can read from him. So this is the 4th batch for OCS, and this is CPSC mains, the 20-day revision course. It will helpful for your mains preparation, and anyone simultaneously want to prepare for ASO, he have the Samarth Secretariat course, and there is 2 batch for ASO, and this is fast track 30 days revision course for UPSC CSC prelim by this educator who have a very long experience. And about me, one thing, I have 5-year experience. I have appeared in civil service main OPSC interview, and I have written a book and how to study public administration. Again, you need to remember the syllabus and understand the interrelation between different unit. Paper 1 interpreted in paper 2, and read some unit of paper 1 and paper 2 together. Before start reading a unit, analyze the previous year question and make structural note for your revision. And this is the book I have written. It contains everything: the syllabus, previous year question, model answer, long and short, and second ERC report. So just have a look of this book. And I am teaching public administration in Unacademy, 90 class, 90-minute each. So here we discuss both paper 1 and paper 2 comprehensively. We discuss all previous year mains question paper. Our focus is on answer writing and how to add current information to your answer to make your answer a dynamic one, not static one. And I have already given 13 special class in Unacademy. These are special class free of cost. You just download the Unacademy Learner app, search Deepak Kumar Swain, follow me there, so you get future notification of all special classes, and just you watch the 13 special classes. And if you want to take the subscription, use this code Deepak Swain. In the video description you also got this link, so use this code. Okay. And another thing, this is the fees. 1 year 7,000. You cannot have a small children's tuition fees in this, but you can clear OPSC exam with this fees, and you can have a 10% discount if you use my code. So this is, you can take a 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, and 12-month subscription, and this is the fees you need to give. For 2 years 7,560, for 1 year 6,300. Varies, the cost is very less, and this is the first year, and maybe next year it may increase, so you can take subscription as soon as possible. Okay, so now coming to our planning. Listen, while you are writing question on paper 2, many times I have told you that use theorist idea in paper 2 answer. Use theorist idea in paper 2 answer, so that the examiner will be more impressed. So how? So while writing a question on planning, how you use paper 1 theorist idea. So what is planning? It is a procedure of envisaging future goal, and bring about strategy to achieve it. You do plan every day plan, weekly plan, monthly plan, yearly plan. So just remember Feol and Golik. Feol, the classical theorist, he give the concept POCCC, and this P is what? Planning. So whenever you write your answer on planning, write down that Feol, who was a prominent classical theorist, gave his theorization of POC, that is managerial activity, and in this POC, P denoted to planning. So Feol give importance to planning. After that, Golik, postcorp, this P, it is also planning. So you write about directly Feol's idea, Golik's idea. Apart from that, this POC and postcorp you all knew, but the thing is, I will teach you how you write paper 1 in paper 2. After the classical idea on planning, human relation and behavioral idea of planning. What is classical idea of planning? It is centralized, top down. Only the manager decide the plan, non-participative, non-democratic. It is very formal type of plan. Okay, it is very formal. It is centralized, top down, non-participative, non-democratic, formal. It is very rigid plan, not flexible. It is rigid. So when the top make the plan and give it to the subordinate to follow, it is very rigid and close planning. So got my idea? So you can write in the answer of planning that the classical idea or the classical idea of planning is this: centralized, top down, non-participative, non-democratic, formal, it is rigid and it is close. So human relation and behavioral idea, just opposite: decentralized, circular, participative, democratic, informal, flexible, open system of planning. Why you need to write down this? Because when you write about NITI Aayog, you need to differentiate between planning and NITI Aayog. So we will discuss that how the approach of planning commission is classical, how it is centralized, how it is non-participative, non-democratic, rigid and close, and how the NITI Aayog is its opposite. NITI Aayog follow the idea of human relation and behavioral theorist. It is decentralized, participative, democratic, informal, flexible approach, open approach. Clear? So in this way you start your answer so that it looks different from other people directly start NITI Aayog headed by PM, this. But you start. It is a public administration touch you are giving to your answer. Got my point? So after that, program budgeting, and you read the concept of program budgeting in financial administration. So why we use this? It is originated in USA. This system of budgeting integrate planning, programming, budgeting function. It incorporates scheme of planning in budgeting process. So got it? So again, the concept of planning is given importance. So planning is again given importance. So you can write down that the concept of program budgeting incorporate planning in budget formulation or budgeting process. So again, planning become important. Feol refer planning as pre-voyance, that is entire process of planning taken through different stage. Now I'm just differentiate between Okay, so just try to understand. Planning Commission was there, it make 5-year plan. So why Planning Commission was discontinued and government established NITI Aayog instead? There must be some flaws associated with Planning Commission, which result into failure of economic plan in India. That's why the government think that Planning Commission no longer able to bring progress in India, so we should dismantle it. Clear? This is the approach. So when you write question on NITI Aayog, don't just start with NITI Aayog, but write down Planning Commission. That earlier Planning Commission was the main institution to formulate planning for India. Below Parliament and NDC, it was the highest body. Okay, so why? And you write down, you criticize Planning Commission. That's why it was dismantled. And what are the flaws in Planning Commission? It formulate centralized plan, one plan for the country. But India is very diverse in terms of geography, culture, economy, rainfall, citizens' preferences. So one central plan cannot be successful. It is top-down approach, non-participative approach. State are not participate in plan formulation, so it is non-democratic. Okay, it has a very rigid approach, formal approach, closed structure. So all are what? Classical. So this is classical approach. The Planning Commission adopted a classical approach. And one thing, the concept of federalism is not followed with this approach of Planning Commission, because federalism want active cooperation of both center and state. But in Planning Commission, or the planning of Planning Commission is not supporting that aspect. So now NITI Aayog, government has dismantled Planning Commission, and from 1 January 2015 established NITI Aayog, National Institution for Transforming India. The main aspect of first, or main important aspect of NITI Aayog is it promote federalism in the process of planning. Okay. Decentralized planning. Plan according to the region. That is, it is region specific plan. It focuses on region specific plan. Decentralized, circular communication. It promotes participative approach. Everyone, every citizen is associated, take part in planning. We will discuss how. It is truly democratic. Flexible approach. Informal, and it is open structure. Integration, and it is disintegration. So what is integration and what is disintegration? What is closed structure? What is open structure? You will read in the concept system approach. So clear? So this is the approach of Planning Commission. This is the approach of NITI Aayog. You need to write this. Only then the answer become public administration type. And one question. This is the answer of this question I am giving you. How are the principles followed by NITI Aayog different from erstwhile planning commission? You need to write down that. This is the answer of this question on GS. Clear? And this answer, NITI is an appropriate mechanism to uphold Indian federal spirit. How we will look? How federal spirit? This is decentralized, participative, state art participate, flexible, democratic. So this is. Okay, now just look at this diagram. Planning during planning commission. Planning during planning commission. Planning in NITI Aayog. So we differentiate both these two. So the head is Parliament. Parliament is the top authority. Below that there is NDC. Below that Planning Commission. Below that State Planning Board. District Planning Committee. Here. So what happened? The planning is like this, top down. It is top down approach. 1992, after PRI, some approach has changed. Now what is the approach of planning? Same thing, planning in NITI Aayog. What is the, you need to draw this diagram. Parliament, NDC. Listen, NDC is not abolished, but it is dysfunctional. So you need to write about NDC. After NDC, Planning Commission, State Planning Board, District Planning Committee, Metropolitan Planning Committee. Listen, it is 73rd Constitutional Amendment. It is 74th Constitutional Amendment. Below District Planning Committee, block level planning. After that, Panchayat level planning, and last is Gram just wait. Gram Sabha. So this is Gram Sabha. You knew Gram Sabha. It is the lowest unit of governance. So got it? Parliament, NDC, Planning Commission, State Planning Board, District Planning Committee, Metropolitan Planning Committee, block level planning, Panchayat level planning, Gram Sabha. So now this is like this Planning Commission, and both sides It is both side like this. Now got this? So this is during the period of planning commission. It is centralized. Planning commission made the plan, approved by NDC and parliament, and give it to state planning board and district planning committee. So the state planning board has very least role in formulation of the plan. And now, but in the era of NITI Aayog, state planning board, below state planning board, 73rd constitutional amendment district planning committee, here metropolitan planning committee, who formulate plan for metropolitan region. After that, block level planning, panchayat level planning, and gram sabha. So gram sabha, which is the lowest unit of governance, have a say over plan formulation. So it is truly decentralized, democratic, participative plan. You need to write that. And when state are associating themselves with formulation of planning, the concept of federalism is achieved. Okay, so what is the scenario of planning? The Gram Sabha make plan for the village, and you know what is Gram Sabha? It constitutes of all adult population whose name is in the voter list of that village. So they formulated their plan, and after they formulated their plan, they send it to the panchayat. So panchayat consolidated plan of every Gram Sabha. It then send it to the block level planning committee. So now a block consolidated plan of every panchayat under it. It then sent to the district planning committee. The district planning committee consolidated plan of every block. It sent it to the state planning board. State planning board, sorry, this is NITI Aayog. I'm sorry, it was NITI Aayog, not planning commission. State planning board sent it to NITI Aayog. Okay, send it to NITI Aayog, and NITI Aayog consolidated the plan. It consolidated the plan. Got my point? It consolidated the plan of state planning board. So now the plain plan made by Gram Sabha, who is region specific, is only approved by consolidated approved. So NITI Aayog approved the plan and sanctioned fund for it. So you may got a question. The NITI Aayog approach is truly decentralized, democratic, participative. Yes. So you must write this two diagram, full page diagram. One planning during planning commission and arrow mark in this way, and planning during NITI Aayog. Parliament, NDC, NITI Aayog, State Planning Board, District Planning Committee, Block Level Planning, Panchayat Level Planning, Gram Sabha, Metropolitan Planning Committee. After all, these are some information. In 1931, Nehru Committee on Planning, Visvesvaraya Committee on Planning. It is a one marker question in prelim you may get. Bombay Plan and Kansian Plan, Marshall Plan, Colombo Point 4, New Deal Program. This you know because this will help you writing the answer. Development Administration paper 1. In Development Administration paper 1, you are going to read about all these things. Colombo and Point 4 Plan, New Deal Program, Marshall Plan. Clear? So Great Depression cannot USSR due to its centralized planning. Planning in post-independence aims to bring egalitarian society in India. Government undertake the strategy for planning. Look at this. These are the agencies involved in planning in India. The Cabinet, Parliament is the highest decision-making authority. Below Parliament, it is the NDC, National Development Council. After that, NITI Aayog, planning cell and unit of every ministry. After the district planning agency, state planning board, it is at state level, metropolitan planning committee, municipal planning committee, panchayat planning committee, gram sabha, district rural development agency, BDO is heading development administration and Tahsildar is heading revenue administration. So these are at central level. and this is all are at state level, be it the district planning agency, state planning board, metropolitan planning committee, municipal. So in this diagram we have discussed about everything. We discussed about panchayat planning, block planning, gram sabha, metropolitan, municipal, state planning board, district planning agency, and these are the planning cell of units of ministry and cabinet. So just look at this disadvantage and issue with centralized planning, which was followed by a planning commission. It is non-flexible, non-participatory, non-articulate of felt need and real demand, feeling of being imposed upon by the state. That means state feels that it was imposed on them by the center. It is top-down approach, assume the role of a parallel government. To solve the problem, Government of India has decided to abolish planning commission and establish NITI Aayog to promote decentralized and participative planning. These are some objectives of NITI Aayog: active participation of state in the light of national objective and provide a framework of national agenda. So when states are participate actively, it promotes the concept of federalism. Promote cooperative federalism through well-ordered support, initiative and mechanism with the states on an uninterrupted basis. So got your answer for that question, how NITI Aayog promote the concept of federalism? To construct method to formulate a reliable strategy at the village level and aggregate this gradually at higher level of government. What we discussed from the diagram, same thing, a plan formulated by village level and it was aggregated at the higher level. Economic policy that incorporate a national security interest pays special consideration to the section of society that may be at risk of not profiting satisfactorily from economic progress, to propose strategic and long-term policy and program framework and initiative and review their process and effectiveness, to generate knowledge, innovation, and entrepreneurial support through a shared community of national and international experts. That means it is participative. Provide a platform for resolution of intersectoral and interdepartmental issues in order to speed up the accomplishment of process agenda. Preserve a state-of-the-art resource center to be respiratory research on good governance and best practice in sustainable and equitable development, as well as their distribution to participate. So you can highlight the concept of good governance, which you study in paper 1. Apart from legislature, executive, judiciary, the other non-official actors like civil society, NGO, market, private sector participate in the process of governance. So process of planning, it is also known as the concept of indicative planning. Started in France. So you can write down that through NITI Aayog, the Government of India promote the concept of indicative planning. Effectively screen and assess the implementation of program initiative, including the identification of the needs, resource to strengthen likelihood of success. Pay attention to technology improvement and capacity building for discharge of program and initiative. Undertake other necessary activity in order to implementation of national development agenda and objective. Okay, so this is it. This is all about introduction of NITI Aayog. What is the approach of NITI Aayog? And you must understand this diagram. This diagram will help you understand the whole concept. Okay. So for you who join for the first time, I have a very detailed class of decentralized planning in Unacademy. Special class. So you just download the Unacademy Learner app and watch that class. It will be helpful for you to understand the completely NITI Aayog and how it formulate a decentralized approach. Okay, so this is for today.